Come on and shine, shine, shine. Las Vegas, shine your light on me.
Welcome to Las Vegas Tonight with your award-winning host, Dale Davidson. Dale interviews fascinating guests from top-ranked celebrities to people just like you who have an important story to tell. For more than 15 years, Dale has broadcast every week from the fabulous Las Vegas Strip. He finds the people who really make Las Vegas a one-of-a-kind city and lets the world know just what's happening in this remarkable town. You'll discover why 50 million people visit the entertainment capital of the world every year. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of Las Vegas Tonight.
Welcome to Las Vegas Tonight. I'm your host, Dale Davidson. What an honor it is to have you tune in. We are now seen around the world. As I just mentioned to our guest, who I'm going to introduce in a second, we're now on in mainland China, uncensored Christian content. If you want to know more about that, or you just want to talk to me, or you want to make a contribution, feel free to give me a call at 702-480-3989. And God bless you for watching. Boy, you're going to be glad you did. We've got a great guest. He's a well-known performer in town, an unusual performer, and we'll get into what that is in a second. His name is Khoree The Poet, and he is certainly one of those. Khoree, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Dale, for having me.
Oh, yeah, we so appreciate you coming on.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Let's start with that, establish your credentials.
Yeah.
You are the first and maybe only poet with a residency in Las Vegas.
The very first poet to get at a major casino.
At a major casino. That is
the very first.
You're at the Rio.
I'm at the Rio inside of the Duomo showroom in the entertainment room over there.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a nice room, sits about 300.
That's not small.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. How did you get that? How did you get the gig?
God, can we just start off with that?
Sure, let's start with God.
You know,
that's most important on this show.
Right. Wasn't for him, it wouldn't have happened. He led us over there. As a friend of ours, actually, who was someone was trying to bring her show over there, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So my wife and I actually went there looking for a certain person and ran into the assistant general manager explained to her what we were doing. And, you know, I've been on tours with, like, Yolanda Adams and...
oh, wow.
Yeah, you know, gospel tours with Yolanda Adams and Marvin Sapp, Tasha Cobbs, people like that.
Oh, yeah, big deals.
You know, and I've done my R&B side of it also. So I explained to her what it is that I do, and they were looking for something different out here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because in Las Vegas, you know, it's Motown or... You know, it's a bunch of the same old kind of shows that people see
cover
all the
songs.
time. Right.
Yeah.
So they were looking for something original and different. So with the fact that I have music and singing all intertwined in mine, it's actually like a song. I just talk through the entire song.
Through the entire song.
While they sing in between the talking. Yeah.
You told me that you weren't offended when I said you reminded me of Barry White.
Right, not at all.
And you get that all the time.
Yeah.
But you do. I mean, you have the pipes, you have the poetry, and he had certainly, his lyrics were serious.
Absolutely.
The most decorated, if you will, Grammy Award winner in history. So I guess you could be honored by being compared that way.
Man, absolutely.
But he sang. He would talk his way through half the song and then sing it out or whatever. But you don't sing normally.
I cannot sing.
Neither can I. Do not feel bad.
God knows what he was doing here. Well, I will not let you sing, but I'll let you talk and give you words.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And I want to shout out to Deanna Shapiro for putting us together. We met at a movie, and Deanna was there and said, you know, have you ever met an R&B poet? He's got a gig at the Rio. And I went, what?
Right.
So we met, and
she's a very, very wonderful woman. You know, I met her, and I met her and her mother actually.
Oh, okay. They came to your show.
They were so kind. When I met them, I was telling them about the show, and they were like, "Okay, we're there." You know, tell us when and where, and they came. They absolutely loved it. Yeah.
And before the show's over, we're gonna play a couple samples of your work.
Sure, absolutely.
And then let everybody know how they can see you and buy your music and all of that. But let's rewind and talk about the young Khoree.
Oh.
And Where did you grow up?
Let's just say thank goodness for God's grace.
That's right. Or neither one of us would be sitting here.
Right. I was born in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was born in South Central Los Angeles. I moved from Southern California, LA, to the Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
When I was around 14, 15 years old.
Oh, okay.
So I was raised mostly in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Small town called Pittsburgh.
Oh, I know where that is.
California.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got family in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
too,
I was raised out there, Oakland, San Francisco, Fairfield, all over the Bay Area, actually.
Yeah. And you liked that? Did you enjoy the
honestly,
Bay Area?
when I moved at the age of 14, when I moved.
You hated it.
Because I moved from LA, fast-paced LA, to it was like, that was the first time I've ever saw a cow in real life.
Was it like a small town?
It was a small town.
Yeah.
But you get used to it. You know,
Sure.
it turned out fine. My mother made the right choice and moved us from that fast-paced LA to slow down out here.
Yeah.
So,
Any siblings? Where do you fall in the family?
yeah, I have. Well, let's go there. From my father and my mother, I'm the middle child.
Oh, middle child.
Yeah,
I'm
so
one of those too.
We're stair-stacked.
We're the best.
Yeah, we are absolutely the best. You know, we're protectors of the family. Right?
That's right.
There's my brother who's a year older than me, my sister who's a year younger than me.
Okay.
And then they went their separate ways, and now my father has 2 more kids.
Oh, okay.
And my sister, she's both of them younger than me, obviously.
Yes.
But they're grown. You know?
Yeah. Everybody's grown.
Everybody's grown.
Yeah.
Grown and gone, as the parents like to say.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, I'm blessed with 4 sons. Then we had 6 grandsons in a row.
Wow.
You know, we were missing some kind of an X or a Y we needed. I don't remember which. And then we had 3 little girls in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Grandkids.
Really?
And then 1 more boy. So I got 10 grandkids. What a blessing!
Oh my goodness! Yeah, no. I have my son is about to be 21.
Yeah.
So I don't have any grandkids from him yet. Thank goodness. Take your time. And my daughter.
Dad said, "Don't do this yet."
And I have an 11-year-old daughter.
Oh, that's marvelous.
That's my princess right there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
How long your wife and you been married?
This is our second marriage. We've been together for 12 years.
Okay. Yeah.
It was actually instant for me anyway.
Yeah.
You know, when I met her, she was working and I was looking for a place to do one of my shows, and it happened to be her venue.
Yeah.
And I'm up there flirting the best I can. She was 100% business, so it's gonna cost this much and this much. She was paying no attention to what I said.
Yeah. I don't want to really get to know you.
Yeah, right, exactly. But after we did the business and did the show and everything, and took care of what would need to go on in my personal life, we started hanging out, and we've been together ever since.
That's nice. And how long have you been in Vegas?
Been in Vegas for little over 2 years.
You like it here?
Yeah. Absolutely
Different, isn't it?
It is. It's a different animal, I should say, out here than the Bay Area and then Los Angeles.
Yeah. My first year here, I was like, what am I doing here?
Right.
Because I spent more time on the Strip then because, you do when you're first here.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to go see the shows and you got to do everything.
Yes,
but
sir.
as time goes by, it might as well be Beirut.
Yeah.
It might as well be Moscow. It might as well be New York City. You don't go that often.
You don't. I avoid.
You're there because you're
I was like
working.
saying, unless I'm working or if my wife want to go see a show, I avoid the Strip. After you've been here for 2 years, it becomes it's just a Strip.
Yeah.
For those who live here,
a revenue stream flowing down. Yeah.
Unless your family come in town and your friends,
then you got to do
take them over there.
Yeah.
But when you're local, it's just another thing to do.
Yeah. So after you moved to San Francisco, tell me about your school years. Were you an athlete? Were you a singer? I guess not. You said you can't sing.
Yeah.
Tell me what you did.
But I didn't learn that till later though, because I used to try all the time. But no, I played basketball.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went to Pittsburgh High School, and I played basketball there. And then once I finished with high school, actually I went to the service for a minute.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went to the Army for a little while, and then after that, I went to junior college in Pittsburgh, Los Madonnas Junior College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where I played 2 years of basketball.
You did?
And then transferred to Notre Dame for my 4-year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And did you play basketball at Notre Dame?
I played 2 years there, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's big time. That's big time basketball.
It sounds big, isn't it? It sounds big, but it was the smaller school in the peninsula.
Oh, in the peninsula. That
Notre
one.
Dame did that one,
Yeah.
Nice
Also a Catholic school.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a great school. Yeah. Now
Absolutely.
tell me about your religious background. Did you grow up in the church?
Oh yeah. My grandfather was a pastor.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, my mother's father was a pastor, had his own church out there in Texas. They're originally from Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and I was born in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my mother kept us in the church. You know, we was raised in the church. Every Sunday to a certain age, you know, she let you make your decision when you get to a certain age if you want to go or not. You know, when you're like 18, 19, what you going to do? You know, what do you want to do? But it was instilled in me from young, you know, who God is and who Jesus is and the love of God and Jesus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was raised in the
You
church.
were comfortable with it.
I was very comfortable with it, yeah. And if you know, and as you get older, if you have any questions or whatever, you seek them out yourself and you know, make your own decisions.
Yeah. Tell me about integrating your music into your faith life. And the reason I ask that is I've watched some of your work on YouTube, and it's very good, by the way. He has talent. And some of it is overtly Christian, which is really nice. Tell me how that came about. When did the Lord talk to you about doing that?
You know, it was so many, you can say he did in so many ways. You know, they always say he works in mysterious ways. I've had so many people after hearing my poetry say, you got a calling on your life, and eventually you're going to be doing something in gospel. You may be a pastor, you may be a deacon, you know, or whatever it is, you're going to be doing something with the gospel.
Right.
So as I'm going on doing my R&B poetry or country poetry or whatever genre, because it crosses all genres, a friend of mine who worked at a radio station in the Bay Area, KBLX, he called me one day and said, Khoree, you know, as this gentleman I want you to meet, I think you guys would do great on a song together.
Really?
I said, sure, who is he? He said his name's Lenny Williams.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah.
The Lenny Williams?
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I talked to him about you. He said his wife knows your poetry and she loves it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would love for you guys to connect and do a song together.
Wow.
So when I met up with him in the studio, I asked him, I said, look, choice is yours. You know, you can either do we can do an R&B song or we can do a gospel song. And immediately he was like, gospel, for sure.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And it just so happened I had several of them written, but the one that we did together called Thank You.
Yes, I heard that. That's a great song.
That one, it was the one. It's like he said, you're going to do this one. You know, you're going to do this one with him. that's how that came about. So once I did that one, and I mean, once the people hear it, they absolutely love it.
Oh, it's a great song.
They absolutely love it. We did another one with LaToya London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with
okay.
LaToya London, who was on American Idol.
Yes.
You know, she was a finalist on American Idol. And she's from the Bay Area also.
Okay.
And Lenny Williams also from the Bay Area.
Yes.
They were heard about what I was doing, and they heard my stuff, and they was like, absolutely, let's do one. Let's do something together.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're both the ones that I did with him and her. Hers is called Raise My Hands, and his is called Thank You. And they're both just odes to, giving the Lord his just due, saying thank you
just
for all that you've
music.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it getting play on the gospel radio stations?
When it came out, believe it or not, it's old.
Yeah, really?
The Thank You came out 2018.
Okay.
But when it came out, it was getting a lot of play on KBLX and all these other different radio stations across the country.
Okay.
Out there in Louisiana, it was just one gentleman on a radio station, OG Jabberjaws. That's his DJ name, right?
Yeah.
And he told me, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw your email, your package, and it said Khoree the Poet, I wasn't going to open it because I didn't know who Khoree the Poet was. And then I saw featuring Lenny Williams.
And he went, okay.
Okay, let me open this and see.
Yes.
Yes. And once he heard it, he loved it.
Nice to have a headliner, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not about what you know.
Yeah.
It's about
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely.
But you got to have talent. That's the thing where, a friend can open the door for you and you step through, but you got to deliver when you get through that door.
Absolutely.
That's why I never resent it when I see a son or a daughter, is now a movie star to the dad or mom is a movie star.
Yeah.
Because they got to be able to deliver. There's a lot of money at stake.
Absolutely.
And people have no sense of humor about that.
They really don't. They really don't. That's why at the Duomo, at the Rio, I appreciate them so much, because they could have easily said, no, it is extremely hard to get a residency.
Oh, my gosh.
Out here in Las Vegas.
That's unheard of.
A major casino if you don't have a big, huge name.
Yeah, a gigantic name.
Right. I mean, Khoree the Poet is good. It's a great name. You got some good following, but I'm no Usher.
Well, but you're making a name for yourself.
We're getting it there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been a grind.
I'm gonna walk you through some of your poetry.
Yeah.
As we continue in the second segment, and then I want to catch more of your inspiration and how poetry comes about, because this is used to be a real popular form of art,
right.
In like the 19th century, early 20th century, and then the beat poets and all of that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fallen out of favor,
right.
And you're bringing it back. So this is great news.
And that's our main thing, is to, when I say I was talking about my wife, because we're clothing this. We've been doing this together. I've been the performer and the creator, but she's been behind the scenes making everything else happen. So when I say it's just a habit of.
Oh, that's good.
We're a team.
That's nice to hear. What's your wife's name?
Veronica.
Veronica. Yeah. We're going to be back with Veronica's husband, Khoree, right after this.
Yeah.
This morning started me on my way. Hey.
Father, I'm speaking to you. So forgive me if I sound a little angry or maybe even a little bit confused, because that's not what I mean to do. But with everything that I've been through, I just feel like it's time.
It's time to say thank you, Lord.
I understand that my arms are too short to box with you, but I still must say what's on my mind. Now, I've never ever claimed to be perfect.
Never claimed.
But I will always claim to be worth it. Yeah. So with everything that I am, with every fiber of my being, Father, I just want to say,
Lord, I
thank you.
For happiness.
Thank you from the end all the way back to the start. Now, I know a lot of people haven't seen me in church lately, and they haven't heard me spread the word, see, but you're the only one who truly knows my heart.
Nobody but you,
so I say thank you.
Nobody but you, Lord. Lord,
see, I realized this a long time ago. It doesn't matter how far that I fall, because with God's good grace, like Jesus on the third day, he can pick me up, raise me up, and see me through it all. See, I can be that warrior for you, that archangel. See, you're the only one who knows my every intention. And with you flowing and growing through me, best believe we have the devil flinching.
He came tumbling down through heartaches and pain. I go stronger.
Welcome to Las Vegas Tonight. We are so honored to have Khoree the Poet here. He has a residency which big names die for.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come off the road and have a residency in Vegas.
Yes.
And you got it.
I got one.
Isn't that great?
God is good.
God is really good. And tell everybody again about the Rio, what time it is and what day and all that.
It's, you know what, it's funny you said I had a conversation today with one of the managers there. The show right now, as it is called Champagne Sundays with Khoree the Poet.
Okay.
And it's Sundays brunch hour, 2 p.m.
Okay.
From 2 to like 3:30. So after you come from church, you can come over there, take your church hat off, and come enjoy the
That's
show.
nice. That's nice.
But they're trying to move it to an evening slot.
Oh, okay.
Still on Sunday though. Still on
Yeah.
Sunday, like around 7.
Oh, that's good.
But for right now, you would go to the Duomo, or like if you're trying to get tickets online, you'll get it on Ticketmaster or Groupon, and type in Khoree the Poet.
Khoree the Poet.
And they would tell you have all the times and all the stuff.
Oh,
there. Yeah.
okay. Wow, what an honor.
It's amazing, man. We have background singing. It's not what people think. People mostly hear the word poetry and they have a preconceived notion of what they think it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cappella. You're going to be standing there for 3 minutes. You're going to leave the place all in a bad mood or angry or something like that. Depressed, yeah.
Yeah.
And in actuality, it's the total opposite. I have background singers. It's music all involved, and when you leave, you learn something, but it's also entertaining. Because
that's good.
we talk about gospel, we talk about love and romance. Stuff that happens in the world.
Yeah.
That good stuff that you need to be spoken on. That needs to be spoken on.
How long's the show run?
The show is hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, it's every Sunday until the end of the year so far.
Wow.
They actually, it's funny. They actually
That's a long run, by the way.
Yeah.
Not people don't get contracts that long in Vegas. Yeah.
They gave me a slot for 4 months.
Wow.
Originally.
Yeah.
It was going to start March 26th and end June 25th. This past show was supposed to be the last show.
Right.
After the second show, 2 weeks after the second show, they gave me a call and said, "So, want to do it for the rest of the year?"
What a blessing.
Absolutely.
What a blessing.
Absolutely. And they also gave us a Christmas slot.
Really?
Yeah, they gave us the 17th of December through the 22nd, 5 days in a row.
Wow.
To do a Christmas show.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going to do different content, Christmas-oriented content?
I have Christmas R&B poetry, all that good stuff, yeah.
Wow.
And I have other people that come in, and help out, and they're going to sing a couple of Christmas songs and all that.
Yeah.
It's like my show. I have featured artists come in every once in a while.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, what's amazing when, people watch this show all over the world, and they got to be, A, shocked that a poet got a residency.
Right.
And
right.
B, that you're talking gospel in a casino in Las Vegas.
Right.
Does that ever seem like a weird thing to you when you're in the middle of doing it?
Not to me. It's never weird for me to do gospel anywhere I go. But I do read the crowd in the room because at the end of the day, it's still a job.
Sure it is.
But the folks, when I decide to do it, is either somewhere at the end of the show, say I got to always give praise to the Lord and all this stuff. So we're gonna do this real quick, and they enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's on Sunday and they just coming from church, but they're gonna say, "No, I want to see that."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I even did it in my evening shows. When I traveled around. It's So
you do the R&B thing the most, and then end it with the gospel.
And then somewhere, either end it or somewhere in there, I put it in there. I may even put it in the middle. It all depends on when that spirit hits me. I say, you know what? Hold on for a second. God talking to me. I want to talk to y'all real quick.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. There's a pianist over at the Bellagio, who, when you're walking, and I'll describe it as you're walking toward the front desk, and then right before you make a right to go to see the flowers and everything, and there's a little bar right there.
Right.
And there's 10 tables maybe at the most. There's a guy who has played at the White House.
Really?
He has played on cruise ships. He has played in concert halls. He's played everywhere. And he's a human jukebox. You can say any song, and he can play it. Yeah. But every now and then you'll go in there and people will be having a drink, and he'll play a hymn. He won't say anything about it.
Right.
He doesn't sing or talk, and I caught it, and I went up and I thanked him.
Yeah.
And I said, "Do people say anything to you about that when you drop in a hymn in the middle of this environment?" He said, "Yeah, almost every time."
Yeah.
There'll be a Christian get up and walk over and say, "Thanks for reminding us about the Lord."
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to be a light no matter where we are, right?
No matter where you are, and it's not like he's not there.
Yeah,
he's
isn't
with
that
you
the truth?
Everywhere you go.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. We've all had tough times in our life. You and I both went through divorces, so we know what that's never fun. Were you always able to turn to the Lord right away? Were you discouraged about what God was doing or not doing in your life? You know what I mean?
You know, for as a human, you get discouraged. You know, a lot of people think when you're a Christian, you are always high. You know, you're always high with the love of the Lord, and you don't get down and all that. So, which is not true. You get down. You're human. You have emotions. You know, so there's definitely times in my life when I needed to and could always call on the Lord.
Right.
And if you have that true faith, it's going to come through for you. You know, you just have to believe and be patient. And a part of it is people not being patient with it. They want this Instagram life right now. Everybody want instant satisfaction. 30 seconds or less. I need an answer. But that's not how I was raised. It's going to take time if you're going to be somebody. I learned this later in life. If you're going to be somebody in life, you got to go through some things in life and learn how to get through those things. So, and with the Lord, I've always leaned on Him. I've always leaned on His shoulder. And even when and people say you're not supposed to doubt, but like I said, human, I had doubts.
Sure, we all do.
He proves you wrong almost every time. You know, pretty much every time. You doubting?
Here you go. I got something for you right now.
I'm not doing it because you asked me. I already had this plan for you. You know, so you just, it's funny. It's a journey, man. People forget that. It's a journey. You know, faith is a journey. Life is a journey. Everything you do is temporary while you're here on earth, but it's a journey to get where you want to go.
Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely. And faith is no different. It's a journey to get there. And then once you get there, you're there. You know,
And that's who you turn to at first, instead of, you know, I used to say before I really got close to the Lord, well, there's nothing left I can do except pray. Well, wait a second. Why didn't you start with that?
Start with that.
You know what I mean?
Well, to that, it's a journey. You know, you had to get there.
I did.
Right. You had to get there. See, me being raised in the church, I still had to get there. It's not instant. You know, because when you're a child, you don't want to be in the church. You want to be outside playing with your friends and all that stuff. So you really ain't paying attention, honestly. But He will get you there in His own time. He will definitely get you there. And He got me there several times because I got there, went away from it, got there again, went away from it, got there again, and stayed
Me
there,
too, you fall back and you get discouraged, and then he speaks to you, you know, and you're on fire again. And
absolutely.
You're right. Journey's the right word for this. Now, speaking of words, poetry. Why poetry to start with? Did you have a gift? Did you know when you were in school? Were you a good writer? Did you get A's in English? Were you the kind of kid that the teacher said he's gonna be a writer when he grows up?
Absolutely not. Total opposite.
No.
I didn't even like school when I was in
school.
Yeah. I was a class clown.
Me too. I spent more time in the hall than in class.
Exactly. But like you said, it's amazing the plan that you think you have for you, that God has for you. You know, they say if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And as a kid, man, I really wasn't big on writing, you know, or anything like that.
Weren't a reader.
I just had something in me saying, I know you're trying to teach me this, but I know this. I'm not learning anything when I was in like high school. I don't learn anything from you guys. It just might have been a bad high school teaching going on there. But once I got to college, that's when I started writing, and it was all because of an English professor who challenged everybody who was in a quad. Said, I'll give you extra credit if you write a poem and go up there and recite it. Said, it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be outstanding. Just say what's on your mind, and I'll give you extra credit. Well, I always needed extra credit.
Put some in the bank.
Yeah, exactly. So I wrote like a quick little 3-stanza poem called Woman, you know, and went up there and read it. And ever since then, you know, people at that moment, they responded to it. And
they liked it.
They said they liked it. And they was like, so you got any more stuff? I was like, absolutely. Give me about an hour. I'll come share it with you. Out. I had nothing. So I went down to my dorm room and wrote 4 real horrible poems, if you go back and read them now.
I know how that is. You go, I wrote this?
Yeah. So I started writing in college since then, and then life happened. Once I got out of college, life happened. I was a theater major.
Oh, okay.
In college. So I went and tried to do that in L.A. And,
Yeah.
but then my son was born, so I went back to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Yeah, to raise him. And so, you know, I stepped away from poetry for years.
Yes.
For years. And then a friend of mine was telling me about an open mic. And she said, let's go. So we went, and
Yeah.
I didn't know what an open mic was, actually, at the time.
Yeah.
And they were doing spoken word poetry. up
Okay.
there. So,
Yeah.
And she said, oh, by the way, I signed you up because I know, I know you guys.
We need friends like this.
You did what now? She said, don't worry about it. He's going to call you like 10th or 11th. So you get yourself prepared. He called me second. Second person to call. And I had absolutely nothing
Prepared.
Prepared because
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
But the Lord prepares you when you don't think you're prepared, because I had a rap that I wrote from back in like 7 years prior.
Yeah.
And I just spoke it.
And
know?
you had it memorized.
I had it memorized. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just spoke it, and they enjoyed it. They loved it. And once you're a theater major, boy, that bug
You need
bites
this. You love
Yeah.
that. You love hearing that.
Yeah.
Me too. I was too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I started back to writing again right after that. And this time I've graduated from college, so it was better. Just put it like
It was
that.
better stuff.
It was better stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, I learned as I went along
Yeah.
how to even write even more.
Did you have poets you read that you liked, that you patterned yourself after, or
No pattern at
No,
all.
really?
No pattern
Just right
at all.
from
It
your
was
heart,
just,
right?
Yeah,
Your heart
it
and
was
your
me.
head.
That's how I got into this as a business, is because my wife, she's the one who told me when she met me and we started dating. She was the one who told me, your stuff is different. Your delivery is different from most of these poets. So
Yeah.
I think this needs to be your career if you just add a couple of things to it, you know.
Yeah.
And I will be honest, she's probably the only one I listen to.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
hard head, you know.
Oh,
but
sure. Sure.
she was the only one I listened to. We added music to it, added singing to it, and here we are at a residency at the Rio. So I guess she was right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you found the right mate.
You know, God,
Isn't that critically important?
He will put in your path what you need, not what you want.
Wow. That's right.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Do you like doing both R&B and gospel equally?
Yeah, I get booked for both of them.
Do you?
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
I get booked for both of them. It's because to me, it's poetry. Period.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's poetry.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
So whatever you need it for, I have a poem for it in that genre, because I've
Yeah.
crossed genres with it. So
Have you?
yeah. So it's I love it. I just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of my sons is a poet as well, published poet,
yeah.
and he started in college too, doing
Yeah.
the same thing in college, and he read a poem, and I hadn't heard him read a poem before this at his older brother's wedding, and I said, well, this will be cute, you know, it'll be about love, it'll be about something,
Right.
and he got up there, and it was like intricate and touching and kind of tough.
Right.
You know, everything all at once, and I went, wow, this kid has talent.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. You don't know, and I really believe that the Lord drops it in your heart.
Oh yeah.
You
It
know?
does. You know, for all the years, honestly, for all the years, I don't know if I should say this, but for all the years, like I've had jobs.
Right,
you know,
sure.
There was something always in me saying, this is not what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know,
We've
this-
had those
you
experiences.
got to figure a way to
Yeah.
do what you're supposed to be doing. And at the time, I didn't know what it was. You know, all those years, of course, I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was. But it was entertainment. It was
Yeah.
poetry. You know, with the music and the singing.
Isn't that strange?
Man,
You know, and they say you're going to qualify. I think I don't remember who said this, but somebody really wise said the definition of genius is creating your own job,
Yeah.
and that's what you did.
Absolutely.
So that makes you a genius.
As they say, well, I don't know about that, but they definitely say I'm in my own lane. That's for sure.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, they're in my own lane. I literally have been so blessed with all of the fortunes that I have had from this, because it's a major uphill battle. Like I said, when people hear the word poetry,
Oh yeah.
especially with bookers and
They're going like,
promoters
what?
and all this
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
it's not gonna sell without it until
Yeah.
they see it and hear it.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, dude, this is just a song. You just talking. It's the same thing. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we're going to take a brief break, and we're going to listen to some more of that. Yeah, Khoree the Poet is just a talented, talented man. And we'll be back with him right after this.
Whenever trouble comes your way, maintain, be strong. You'll make it through. Let's go.
I raise my hands. It's all right. Raise your hands. Raise your hands.
It's gonna be all right.
Raise
You know,
your
sometimes you gotta
hands,
raise them
your
up
hands.
just to praise him up.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
then let me see you raise your hands a little bit higher. There you go.
Oh yeah. I raise my hands up high, Lord.
Here we
It's
go.
all right. I raise my hands
Yes.
to the sky, Lord. To the
Come on.
sky. I raise my hands in truth.
Come on, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I raise my hands to praise you. Yeah.
Wrestling. I'm wrestling with thoughts of staying home this Sunday. Maybe I'll go to church next week, Lord, or the week after. Then my spirit starts to chatter, whispering, better yet screaming outright. You raised your hands in a club last night. You raised your hands when you wanted to dance, isn't that right?
Did your dance.
So guilty me, I grabbed my keys, put my feet on the floor, walked out the door to make sure that it's God that I please. Reminded myself that God always comes before me. I was taught at a young age to be true. If I can raise my hands for little things, Father, I can raise my hands to praise you.
I raise my hands up high, Lord. Lift 'em
Raise,
up.
raise.
I raise my hands to the sky, Lord. To the sky,
Lord.
I raise my hands in truth. You are the truth. I raise my hands
To what?
to praise you. Praise you.
I'm sitting in the house of the Lord, feeling tired, uninspired, don't want to sing along with the choir, being lazy or too proud, don't want to read the passage out loud. The collection plate comes around again, to my chagrin, thinking to myself, I already put in. I'm here, but my attention has expired, and my mind is in a haze too. I know that the devil is a liar, so I raise my hands to praise you.
My hands to praise you. My
Up
hands
high,
Lord.
for you, Father.
Up high. Raise my hands
Raise it.
to the sky. To the sky.
Praise it, praise it.
I raise my hands in truth. You're the truth.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Tonight. I'm your host, Dale Davidson. Khoree the Poet is with us. What a blessing it's been getting to know him. I'm going to impose on him right now. I really like Thank You.
Okay.
You know, that was the
Thank you.
first thing you did that I listened to.
Yeah.
And I went, wow, this guy's got talent. Would you mind reciting just a little bit of that? You know,
Absolutely.
stanza or two? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It would go something like this. Normally it's with music, but
Yeah.
we give him a little acapella. You just can't forget where you came from, right?
That's right.
So it goes a little something like this. Father, I'm speaking to you. So forgive me if I sound a little angry or maybe a little bit confused, because that's not what I mean to do. See, but first I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you provided for me. Thank you from the seat. That's just a little bit of where it could go.
Thanks. We're going to play the whole thing. So that gave everybody a taste of what you do, and really nice. Nicely done. Nicely done.
No pun intended, but thank you.
So let's talk about the creative process, because this fascinates me. I ask actors this. I ask writers this. I've even asked painters and sculptors this. Where does it come from? You're just sitting there and it's like, I need to write a poem. Or are you walking along and all of a sudden there it is?
There it is.
Yeah.
It's just inspiration.
Is it?
Yeah, I can sit down and say I need to write a poem and manufacture something, but it feels just like that. It's manufactured.
Yeah.
I write just from whatever inspires me at the time. I will literally be driving down the street and something pop in my head, and I got to write that, either write it down or say it in my recorder real quick just to keep it, and then I can go from there later.
Yeah.
Or it could take months for me to write a poem.
Really?
Or years. Yeah, I can have a stanza stand with me for years
just
before I put it to the right thing.
And is it writer's block that you can't get to stanza 2, or you just haven't been inspired yet?
Yeah, just hasn't been. You've been inspired for that little point,
Yeah, okay.
and the rest of it has not came yet.
That's really interesting to me.
Because I normally write. I don't write out of anger when I'm upset, because it will sound like that.
Yeah.
You know. So when I'm in a good space, I can write about stuff like that, and make it feel. Make you feel where I'm coming from.
Right.
Without sounding entirely just angry.
Yeah.
You can feel the hurt, you can feel the passion, and you can feel the anger if need be, but it's all
a real anger
equally,
will just tighten you right up.
It'll tighten you right up.
Yeah.
And you just say all kind of insane things.
That's right. You look at it and say, what is that crazy? I was crazy when I wrote this. Yeah, I've done that too, not poetry, but when I'm writing scripts even, or screenplays or commercials for my show or whatever, the same thing will happen. And I'll sit there and stare. Well, I once read it. I was sitting in a writer's office, and he had a sign up, and he said, "Writing's easy. You just sit there, you stare at a blank piece of paper until drops of blood appear on your forehead." Sometimes it's really hard, isn't it?
It's hard. Sometimes it is hard. That's why I try not to force it. I try not. People tell me all the time, you should write about this. You should have write about that. Let me give you this, and you write about this. I can, absolutely, but it's just not. It's not going to be genuine.
Yeah.
You will feel it as it comes. You could have did better. Yeah, I could have.
Yeah.
If you'd have forced me to write this.
Yes. Yeah. Let me talk about. Let you talk about melding the two together: the spoken word, poetry, and music. Do you always have are you working with somebody who is writing the music as you're writing the poetry, or are you presenting the lyrics first and then the music comes? How does that work?
It's both ways.
Is it?
Yeah, sometimes it's both ways. Like the gentleman I'm working with right now, he's from Vegas. He lives in Vegas, Raphael.
Oh, I know
RJ2.
Raphael.
You know Raphael RJ2?
No, I don't.
No, you don't know?
Different Raphael.
Yeah, different
I know
Raphael.
a producer, songwriter, singer who's been on the show. But I immediately thought it was a different guy.
But he does the same thing. He's a producer. He
does
writes
all
song and
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He sings in my show actually. Two of the songs we've done together. The poems we've done together.
Okay. And he comes live.
He comes live and sing. Yeah.
Okay.
He does of it. So mostly I got the poem written and I'll send it to him and say, look, these are the lyrics, and I'll send him the hook. I'll write the hook also. This is how I think. I can't sing, but I get people who can. So then he'll create the beat for it right then and there, or he'll create something and send it to me and say, tell me what you think about this song, this music. I'll listen to it, and if I'm inspired by it, I write to it right then and there.
Really?
And I'll say I'm finished. Yeah.
Wow.
So the door goes both ways with how I write to music, with music.
Now, in the Rio show, do you use tracks at all? Or are they tracks and live?
The whole show is tracked.
Okay.
The music part of it.
The music part
is tracked.
The instrumental part.
But we perform live.
Oh, okay.
The singers and myself is all live.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're eventually going to probably move to a band later on, a live band later on. We just wanted to, get the people out here to see what we do first, and then get them into the show, get comfortable and enjoy it in this natural form, and then we'll move over and go to a band later.
Oh, that'd be nice. Have you heard of the Composers Showcase?
No,
the Composers Showcase is run by a fellow named Keith Thompson, who I've had on my show, and they hold it at the Smith Center in the small room, where Myron's Cabaret.
Absolutely no clue.
Yeah, you got to go. Everybody in that room once a month is a songwriter. They get up and perform in front of their peers.
Oh, nice.
And people volunteer to get up and play with them.
Yeah.
It's like a jam session.
Like a jam session, yeah.
And I try to go every month.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I need to go check that out, absolutely.
Yeah, you'd fit right in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the only thing that Keith insists on is that it be original and you be the writer.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, all my stuff is original.
That's awesome.
I am the writer.
Yeah. And what's good about sort of a peer group thing like that, it's sort of like Dark Mondays, they have shows and things like that, is you network, and the next thing you know, you got gigs over here and over there, and they're asking you to do this and that. And,
yes, I'm going to need that information before we leave. So
okay, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. I'll be the Christian connector.
There you go.
So, let's talk about the future, which I like to do in this final segment. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to do with your music and your poetry?
I wanted to be, and this is what we're working at, is mainstream.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a household understanding that, like gospel music or R&B music, rap, whatever, country, whatever. It can compete with those genres and have the same effect on people.
Yes.
Khoree the Poet and his style in 5 years should be a household name, and everybody else want to imitate it because if it's good, they want to imitate you.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. We just want to take it to the mainstream and let it do what it's supposed to do, reach a lot of people, and because music and words are a connector itself,
Yes.
and no matter where you go, people either love music, they like singing, or they like literature, words or whatever. So we put all three of them together.
Yeah.
If you do it the right way,
Yeah.
and everybody start listening to it and hearing it, it should be everywhere.
Well, and it truly is an international language.
It absolutely is.
It
absolutely is.
And you see it everywhere you go, and it connects people.
Right.
It's like, oh, you like him, I like him too. Do you? That kind of stuff.
And we want everybody, for those out there in the world who cannot sing, I got you. you know how you play the music and you sing along with it?
A performer who doesn't sing,
right.
He's hot stuff.
You can recite my words. You can literally talk and do it. You don't
Isn't that
have to
amazing?
be able to sing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's gutsy too.
Yeah.
To step out and say, I'm going to create a new popular form of music. Is really what you're doing.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you listen to it, it is slower than rap.
Right.
And it's a little faster than R&B.
Okay.
So it's like right in the middle
really?
of both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, because rap has a cadence and
it does,
it's a little quicker. In R&B, they stretch their words when they sing them.
They sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, world. But I am literally talking just normal.
Yeah.
With a little bit of passion behind it and sincerity. So it's right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Where do you record? Do you record in studios here?
Yeah, I record in with Raphael. Like I said, he has a studio here in Las Vegas. I've also recorded, believe this or not, I've also had 2 of my songs produced by this gentleman named Ant Banks, who used to produce and still does produce music with like rap legends, Too Short, Snoop Dogg, and all that stuff.
Oh, really? Wow.
And my first CD was produced by a gentleman named Levi Caesar.
That sounds familiar.
12 years he played and produced with Prince.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, out of the Bay Area. Yeah.
Wow.
So I've had some real major people who believed in what I was doing. Once they heard it, I was like, man, I need to jump on that and let me be a part of it somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent here in Vegas. Is that part of what intrigued you about coming
to
here?
Vegas? Absolutely.
Because they're good musicians.
Entertainment out here. Yeah, there's a lot of entertainment possibilities out here. Because we went from the Bay Area. I had a friend of mine named Dwayne Wiggins of Tony.
Oh, okay.
He told me, he said, Khoree, look, I'm telling you this, what you're doing is different. This is when we first got started too. What you're doing is different, but it's great. The world need this, but you got to get out of the Bay Area.
Really?
To make it big.
Because it wasn't big enough?
No, he said anybody can conquer their own backyard. You got to go to other places and conquer other places.
Yeah.
And then if you come back home, it'll be no problem.
Yeah. And that's Vegas too. A lot of people, I've had people on who have come here from Europe, people who have come here from Canada, people who have come here from Mexico and other places because it's Vegas.
It's Vegas.
It's the live entertainment capital of the world.
Yes, it is. And there's so many opportunities out here if you're in the entertainment business. It's just like you said, it is not easy at all to get into certain spots.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's extremely hard.
But it's possible.
It is.
Would you encourage, talk to, maybe not your 12-year-old yet, but talk to kids.
Yeah.
And would you tell them, you could probably make it in the entertainment business. Here's what you do. What would you say to a younger you?
Well, I would tell me and anybody else, if the entertainment business is something that you want to do and you are absolutely dead set on doing it, Let no one tell you no. Just make sure you have the right people in your corner. And those right people are the people who believe in what you're doing just as much as you do, if not more so.
Yeah.
And always have the Lord in your corner. Whether you believe in a higher power, whether you believe in whatever it is you believe in, have that faith in your body, in your life,
in your gift,
and do it for the right reason. Whatever reason you're doing it because you love it. This is what you feel you're supposed to. The money will come later.
Yeah,
the money will come, but do it.
You get rewarded.
Yeah, you will get rewarded, but do it because this is what you know you're supposed to be doing, and let no one tell you no. Because, like a gentleman told me a while ago, a no turned backwards means it's on now.
There you go.
You told me no. Now I'm gonna turn it on.
Oh, there you go. That's great. Let me turn the show over to you for the last 2 or 3 minutes, Khoree, if I can. That's your camera right there. I mentioned to you during the break that I was going to do this to you, call on you, and we have millions of viewers, many of whom don't know Jesus, may not even know his name.
Right.
You walk with him. Why don't you talk to the people about Jesus, why it's important to have him in your life?
Whether you believe in it or if you don't believe in it, I do. And I want to tell you why I think it's important for you to have Jesus in your life. Jesus saved my life. I can tell you that for a fact on several different occasions. And he's that peace that you need when you need peace. You can lean on him. He's the only person that you can count on. And I tell you this, they say love, I like to say this actually, love doesn't fail. People do when they forget on how to love Jesus. Because everything that you do in your life, he is always there. And you may have questions, you may have doubts, you may have wonders of why this happened or why that happened. Like our parents used to tell us, it happens for a reason. You will never know why all the time. Just know everything that Jesus does and everything that happens for you happens in your favor. So that's why it's important to have Jesus in your life. Not only will he save you, he is salvation. So if you're here on this earth, the time that you are here, you got to feel that love, because there's no love on this planet like Jesus' love. That agape love, it doesn't get any better than that. And he will save you. He's your protector. All those things you don't see coming your way, that's been blocked off here and there, you never knew about it, or the time you woke up and you said to yourself, "Ooh, I can't believe I'm still here." That was Jesus. Honestly, those times you thought you couldn't get out of bed because your leg was hurting, your feet was hurting, your back was hurting, or whatever it is, but next thing you know, you up cooking, you up shopping, you up doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's Jesus. So there's no reason for you not to have Jesus in your life when you can't tell me, with all this going on, the human body itself, the brain, how it all works and connects together. That's Jesus. That's God. So, with his love, you can't go wrong. That's just my opinion. I welcome you to find Jesus. I found him. Yeah.
Thank you, Khoree. That was very touching.
Absolutely.
Very well done. I really appreciate it. Let the folks know how they can reach you. We've been putting it up, but talk a little bit about your website and how they can get your music.
Oh, everything, honestly, and we did this on purpose, everything is under Khoree the Poet.
Khoree the Poet.
Khoree, the Poet. There's no hyphen, no underscore, no Khoree the Poet 1, no Khoree the Poet. It's none of that.
Khoree the
It's
Poet.
all Khoree the Poet on Instagram, on Facebook, my website, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. Is all Khoree the Poet. That's where you can get anything you need from Khoree the Poet. It's under Khoree the Poet.
I think Veronica had something to do with that.
Yeah, she's smart. I tell you, she's a smart one. One of us had to be the smart one in the relationship.
You picked well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, God bless you.
God bless you.
Khoree the
also.
Poet, ladies and gentlemen, and please buy his music, and go over to the Rio here in Las Vegas on Sundays. Right now, right after church, later at 7 p.m. We'll see. So anyway, he's a great, great man. Thank you for coming on Las Vegas tonight. And as I try to remember to say each and every episode of this show, when it comes to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, please walk with him. God bless you.
this morning started me on my way. Hey.
Father, I'm speaking to you. So forgive me if I sound a little angry or maybe even a little bit confused, because that's not what I mean to do. But with everything that I've been through, I just feel like it's time.
It's time to say thank you, Lord. I thank.
I understand that my arms are too short to box with you, but I still must say what's on my mind. Now, I've never ever claimed to be perfect.
Never claim.
But I will always claim to be worth it.
Yeah.
So with everything that I am, with every fiber of my being, Father, I just want to say,
Lord, I
thank you.
thank you for happiness.
Thank you from the end all the way back to the start. Now, I know a lot of people haven't seen me in church lately and they haven't heard me spread the word, see, but you're the only one who truly knows my heart.
Nobody but you,
So I
Lord.
say thank you.
Nobody but you, Lord. Lord, I thank.
See, I realized this a long time ago. It doesn't matter how far that I fall, because with God's good grace, like Jesus on the third day, he can pick me up, raise me up, and see me through it all. See, I can be that warrior for you, that archangel. See, you're the only one who knows my every intention. And with you flowing and growing through me, best believe we have the devil flinching.
He came tumbling down through heartaches and pain. I grow stronger.
In my bad times, I say thank you. And in my good times, I say thank you.
Lord, I thank.
See, because I know that in my darkest hour, you will be there. In my brightest moments, you will be there. See, I know that you have me covered from the top to the bottom, on all sides, from the back to the front. See, I'm not ashamed to say that God is my shepherd, and best believe I shall not want. So I just want to say thank you.
No, Lord, I thank.
See, for years my peers have been telling me to testify. For years my peers have been yelling at me to testify. But for years, because of fear, I kept it all on the inside. See, I didn't want to scream and shout or fake fall out. I didn't want to be considered a phony. But as I live and breathe today, I have a billion things to say, because I am a living testimony. So I say thank you.
Come on and shine, shine, shine. Las Vegas, shine your light on me.
You've been watching Las Vegas Tonight with your host, Dale Davidson. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of our show. We so appreciate your loyalty to our program. To keep Las Vegas Tonight on the air, please go to our website, vegassaints.org, and click the donate button. To send a check or money order, please make it out to Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries and mail it to 9030 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 255, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89117. To suggest a guest to appear on the show or any other suggestions or questions, write to Dale at dalewdavidson@yahoo.com or call him at 702-480-3989.
Shine, Las Vegas, shine.